Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer, and today I have been depressing myself fully by playing Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which is coming out in just 3 short months, and you can pre-purchase now for $39.99, $59.99, or $69.99. The $69.99 one basically lets you play 7 days early. Why you'd want to play this early though? I don't know. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is a lifestyle and social experience that redefines what an open world racing game can be. Explore a fully recreated Hong Kong island, take to the road behind the wheel of exceptional cars, and live the ultimate life of luxury. Before we start though, don't forget to drop this channel and subscribe as I head ever closer to my next target of 20,000 subs. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed it and comment below to let me know how rubbish this game actually is. Right, let's get into it. I'm gonna try, I can't promise, and not make this a rant video or go into what made Test Drive Unlimited so good, as I'll be here forever. This version of Test Drive Unlimited is so far removed from what made 1 and 2 utter classics. I don't even know how to describe it. I know a lot of people could go, this is a demo, it's a demo. This game is 3 months out. There isn't much that will change in that time. So the idea here is it's an open world racing game. The Solar Crown is like the main thing, kind of like the Horizon Festival. You have to earn money and rep to progress, which then allows you to upgrade your car, take part in new events and races, and of course, head towards your dream car. Anyway, I think that's all there is to say about that, so let's just get on to how rubbish this thing is. So the first and biggest issue with this, always online gameplay. You have to create a Nakon account to even play the demo. Once in the game and you're racing, you can't pause, for example. The race continues if you press the start button. To enter a race, you have to wait 25 odd seconds for other people to connect to your race that you're doing. It's absolutely stupid. It slows everything down massively. There's no option just to play a single player offline. The game is designed around this MMO open world experience, but because of this, and I know the previous games had this, it's just lost something. I don't know what it is, and it just feels like this is just another average mobile racer. Off the bat, I mean, one of the first things you see when you're doing it in the upgrade shop is they have like purple for rare, green for common. I mean, come on, just stop it. It's not that, it shouldn't be that sort of game. That is something I would expect to see in a mobile game with microtransactions, not a Test Drive Unlimited game. Second biggest issue is the performance is terrible. Even on medium settings on my computer, which is a 3080, I know it's a bit old now, 48 gigs of RAM, my computer sounded like it was about to take off. It was running nowhere near at 60 frames. I would guess at a push 30 frames. And there's not a huge amount of settings to control this. I dropped everything to medium and it still didn't particularly run very well. And bearing in mind, this game, I would say if Forza Horizon 4 looked better, which came out in 2018, and it ran way better than this game. I don't understand where my graphical performance is going. I used to play Forza Horizon 4 on a 2070 on high and had no issues. This is on my 3080, looks terrible, and runs pretty poor. When we're talking about the graphics, I will say though, the cars, they look decent. I wouldn't say great, but they look decent. The reflections in the rain look really good, but I wouldn't say mind-blowing. And the character animations and NPCs look really bad. If you're in the inside view and you look in your mirrors, I cannot begin to tell you how low FPS and poly count those mirrors are. They look terrible. Then we move on to some of the other things here. Test Drive always had this feeling of a lived-in world. The world felt real, and as they should. Like if you pulled up to a house, it felt like a house. You know, the showrooms, the workshop, they all look like they belonged in the world of Hawaii. When you went in the workshop, you'd see your car go on the ramp and you could walk around it. You would park in the showroom car park and you would look in the windows and you could see them Mercedes, them Porsches spinning around. There was Mercedes flags, British flags flying outside so you knew what was inside, and it made you so excited to explore. Because they've made this an MMO, all the showrooms look the exact same, and they have a crappy font on the front of them saying what's inside. And once you get inside, like, there's no windows here. It's dull. It's boring. They look really out of place in the world. The workshops have been MMO designed, so your car just magically appears on this plane. Like, it doesn't go in. It, like, I don't know, like, evaporates and then evaporates back in. And you go on this computer and you can see like other people who are playing the game doing their cars up. But then when you finish, it kind of just evaporates and then comes back with the upgrades. It looks awful. Like, it doesn't really make you feel like your car is there and it's yours. And when you go into the dealerships, like, you'll see the same car repeated multiple times. There's no life in there as well. The AI you can't really interact with. There's no ambient noises. It's lifeless. It's like really quiet. You also walk too slow as well. When you go into the interior view of the cars, when we talk about graphics as well, they're pretty average. They don't look that great. And the steering wheel doesn't quite turn with your hands. It's like almost like a different FPS. Looks so bad. The UI though isn't terrible. I will give it that. It's pretty easy to navigate and it's easy to pick up your objectives and like look around the area. But I wouldn't say it's like really fun or brilliant, like say Forza again. And there's no, and this really annoyed me, custom car gauges for your cars, which was really super sad to see. That was what was really good about Test Drive. The world itself is really also pretty dull. I mean, when I was playing this, I was like, just get me back to Hawaii, please. I really didn't enjoy the driving around aspects. That was one of the great things about Test Drive Unlimited, was just getting in your car. It could be any car, Ferrari, putting the roof down and just exploring the island. This didn't have that. The city it drops you in at the beginning is so flat and lifeless. There was one section that was a roundabout with a bridge over it, and the bridge just went into a window. Like, that's where it ended. It wasn't a walkway. And the other two ways were just like black voids, and they went into the wrong bits of the building. It looks so bad. You look in the windows and the textures are just 2D rubbish. Like, it looks like they're being drawn by a child. They look awful to them. There's also no real life to them. Like, there's no kind of, I don't know how to describe it. There's just no variation. And when you go into the race, they had these crappy neons around, like neon signs and saying Solar Crown and stuff like that. There's no crowds, there's no noise, there's no life to the tracks when you're racing. It's just empty, boring streets. And they're just empty, boring, even in race or out of race, they're just empty, boring streets. I mean, out of race, it's just the same boring taxi over and over again. It looks terrible as well. Still, it gets worse. The cars sound terrible. Like, they really don't have like a punch or theatre towards the driving. The music is so bad. I turned it off really quickly. The physics in the game are pretty poor. Like, you can flip your car. I've seen AI flip over speed bumps. Bits of scenery that fly off do weird things, and they don't really break that realistically either. Damage on your car is, again, very unrealistic. It's not very good at all. Continuing the theme of not very good things, the AI. I mean, the AI isn't very good with the random traffic. In racing, it also is really inconsistent. Like, it can go from you winning by 3, 4, 5 seconds easily to not being able to catch first place no matter what you do. They'll be in a rubbish car compared to you and they'll just be flying off in the distance. But then when you get further back, like, the AI will be skidding, sliding, flipping out, crashing. They can't even go around corners. It looks terrible at times. I mean, it is quite funny to watch, and especially in the wet, it's bad. Keeping on with the racing, the handling is dreadful. Like, it's not fun enough to be arcadey, and it's not serious enough to be in a sim. It sits in a really awkward, terrible middle place. I didn't really enjoy the driving in this game. I really tried to look for a positive after my few hours playing this game, and like, what would really make me pick this over, say, The Crew, Forza, or heck, even going back to Test Drive Unlimited 2, what has this got which they haven't? And the answer is nothing. This brings nothing new to the table. This could be a mobile game, it could be a Forza knockoff, it could be The Crew, it could be a Need for Speed game. When I'm looking at it, I'm not seeing Test Drive Unlimited or something that makes me want to buy this game. I was so hyped to buy this game. Like, I was so excited for it. I'm not buying it now. I mean, maybe I'll just try and take some sort of positive. Maybe if you're super bored and only play online racing games, it may fill a little gap, but I can't see it appealing to most after the demo. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say on the matter. Let me know your comments below and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.